I'm just trying to get the focus right. I'm not waving at you. Hi! So it's been like 3 weeks since the last video. I haven't been using English at all here, so sorry if my English is a bit rusty. I've been really busy doing important stuff. Anyways, I was trying to do something really cool and it was raining and it didn't work out, and now it's too late because it's not summer anymore. So I kind of missed the chance. I mean, it's not my fault. It was raining, right? Instead, today, I'm doing a video about my favorite Instagram accounts and accounts that I think are worth following and deserve more attention. It's gonna be very, very subjective. Like, I honestly, like, half of them is my friends. So these accounts are either vintage or about fashion history. Oh, you just noticed I have some notes here, right? Either vintage or fashion history are just generally really cool. So the hardest thing about this video is that I don't know which one to start with. I mean, okay, let me start with American Duchess. Is that how I pronounce it? Like, I never know. So, American Duchess is it started off as a costume blog, I would say, I think. And then it grew into a company that sells historical shoes. Now they're publishing a book and it's really, really exciting. Generally speaking, I love this account because they post a lot of 18th century related stuff. They have gorgeous shoes that I can't afford. They post a lot of 18th century inspiration as well. And they're also really fun. The next one is, let's say, No Accounting for Taste. She's one of my favorite Instagrammers out there. She's freaking stylish as F, and she owns a shitload of really cool vintage clothes. And what I love about her account is that she posts her pictures in the clothes. Sorry, I got distracted by the mirror. She posts the pictures of her in the clothes and she adds a description of the piece of clothing as it was in the fashion magazine of the era. So let's say if she has a Lily Ann jacket, she adds a short description of the jacket as it was in the magazine. Let's say this glamorous jacket suits every figure, blah blah blah. So it's really fascinating to see her wearing the clothes and then read about them as they wrote about them, you know, in 1940s, 1950s. So I think it's really fascinating. I mean, she taught me a lot about like vintage brands and stuff because I had no idea. And she has the cutest cat. So the next one is one of my friends. She's a 19th century reenactor or reenactress. She's reenacting 19th century and she's mostly focusing on the Napoleonic era and the mid-19th century era. What I love about her account is that she not only shows the clothes that she wears, but she also shows all the costumes, all the things they used. She reconstructs Victorian makeup products and it's all really, really cool. And she's also gorgeous. So the next one is one of my favorite hairstyling accounts out there. I think it's my favorite actually, which is called, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm just gonna write it anyway. She does really authentic 1940s hairstyles, and apart from that, I absolutely love her hair. I'm really enjoying all the hairstyles of the other people she posts, but when it comes to her selfies, I'm just like saving every single one of them, which is kind of creepy. I'm really glad you can't see who's saving your pictures, you know, who's adding your pictures to the collections or whatever it's called, because I'm literally like saving every single one. And actually some of my hairstyle I started wearing because of how she looked in them. The next one is called Period Wardrobe. This lady is doing costumes for a director she works with. I suspect it's like a family member because they have the same name. Basically he directs and shoots the period films and she does all the costumes. You might have seen like a Liverpool 18th century, you know, dress-up video that was viral recently, so that was done by her. Like all of the costumes were done by her. The next one is a super long Instagram name, Timothy Long Fashion Curator. You might have heard about him because I've seen people commenting on my videos asking me if I know him. I do know him. His account is super informative and you might have seen his videos sometimes because he always does it in a very same way. Like he puts a piece of clothing on a white table and then he adds pieces of paper describing the pieces of clothing he shows. It's super informative. He really knows stuff. He actually seems to know everything, or at least he's willing to do the research when he knows he doesn't know something. You know, seeing the authentic, let's say Victorian or Georgian clothes from Museum of London, I think that is. It's just super exciting. And he also, like, the thing I love about his account is that he shows the inside of the clothes. Like, he shows you the 18th century dress and he literally opens it so you can see what's inside, which is really cool. Another one is my sister. I obviously had to include her in this because otherwise she would kill me. No, just kidding, she doesn't know I'm doing this. She was the person that got me into wearing vintage. Like, she was the first one that was into vintage. I was more into costumes and stuff. And then she was interested in it, and because of her and because of, you know, the stuff that she showed me, I was kind of like, that's actually really nice. So I feel like I owe her this, but at the same time I really believe that her account is really interesting. I'm usually posting my face or like landscape. She's the one that's posting, you know, costume inspiration, costumes from films, and she's also more into cosplay as well, so she kind of... A shitload of pigeons just flew next to my window. Never mind. She's recreating some of the costumes from films, which is something I'm not really into. So if you're into stuff like that, just go and give her a follow and maybe she'll buy me some sweets. The next one is a super glamorous account of a woman whose Instagram name is GingerCollins27. She is the essence of the old Hollywood glamour, and not only in the way she looks and the clothes she wears, but she's posting all of these interior pics of gorgeous places. I think she and her husband, I'm not sure, I sound like such a stalker, by the way, but it's not my fault. Like, you know, if you follow someone you just know things. So I think she has a blog about gorgeous places in LA. So the next one, I honestly believe she deserves much more recognition for what she does. She's so funny, like I piss myself laughing every time I see her videos. She's done 200 of them, and she only has 2,000 subs, so like go give her a sub on YouTube. She does those like vintage recipes, so she takes vintage recipes and she recreates them, and she's just so funny. So another vintage lady that I love is called, I honestly don't know how to pronounce it. I think that's, yeah, well, I'm not even gonna try because I don't want to offend anyone. She's one of my favorite vintage accounts because she wears authentic vintage clothing and her face looks like straight up from a fashion magazine from 1940s. She just has such a vintage face. It just adds so much to the whole look. I don't know, I just really like her account. And she has the coolest hats. If that's a reason to follow someone on Instagram, please do. So another one account that's more vintage hair related is, well, this girl actually has two accounts. One of them is called Call Me Lucille, and this is her private Instagram account, and then she has an account for all the hairstyle pics that she does, and that's Lucille's Locks. So basically, I have a huge crush on her because she has the best hair color and it just suits her perfectly. Her hairstyles are just amazing. I have a serious clothes envy every time she posts an outfit pic. It's just so cool. It's just like personal taste, obviously. Like there's 100 other girls on Instagram that do the same thing. I just really like her account, and then you probably like someone else. So like, I'm just telling you all these things. I don't really know why. Just so you know who I stalk, I guess. So it's official and, you know, people can't sue me. So another one is another one of my friends. She's basically really good at doing Edwardian stuff. And when I met her, she was already wearing Edwardian stuff, and I was like, damn, she's good. And now she's, you know, a level up. She's also into vintage stuff and costumes as well. It's just aesthetically, her account looks really, really nice. I mean, it's hard to recommend her because we're friends right now, so I don't really know what to say. She's probably watching this, but I also think she deserves much more recognition for what she does. It's just aesthetically, it's ideal, and historically speaking, it's also ideal. So I think if she wasn't my friend, I would recommend her as well, if that solves the problem. Another person that you probably all know is Rachel Maxey. Is that how you pronounce her name? So she actually, I remember I moved to Edinburgh. I found her account like a week after she was in Edinburgh, and I was like, fantastic, because like she seems really nice. She's just one of those people on Instagram that you look at and you're like, oh my god, I want to be your friend. And she's into similar stuff as well. And also like aesthetically, her account and you know, it's another one of those that you just look at as a whole and you're like, crap, that looks good. There is just something pleasing about like the brown colors and her red hair, and also she's super funny and super nice, and yes, she does have a YouTube account as well. So that's why I thought you might know her. But the reason I'm mentioning her here is because she made this super cool Harry Potter, what was it called? Video that I loved, and I literally cried watching it. I felt so stupid. I really cried watching it. And it only has like 30,000 views, and I was like, damn! Like, how do I make people watch it? So I sent it to all my friends, but you know, obviously it didn't do much. So if you have time, just watch it, because it's honestly one of the best videos I've seen out there. Like a fashion type one. Oh, I can't speak English. And the last one I'm mentioning it, the last one I'm mentioning is called 1930s Cherry. Cherie? Mon ami? Bonjour? Sorry. And she's just the cutest. Like, she leads this perfect 1930s life with her boyfriend, and they're both, you know, wearing 1930s stuff, and it's just so cute. Like, every time she posts a picture, I'm just like, aww. If you're into like vintage lifestyle, I would highly recommend her profile just to swoon a bit, because it's honestly just so nice and relaxing to just watch her pics. I guess that's it. It probably wasn't the best video of all time. By the way, like the last video I made, I received so many negative comments. I was like waking up to like 5 negative comments in a row, and I was like, But that happens when you make like a controversial video, or like a video on a controversial topic. You usually get people disagreeing with you and expressing it, sometimes a little bit too aggressively. My chair makes sounds that I don't really like. Check this out. There's something really cringy about masks. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks that way, but every time I see masks, let's say in a film, I cringe so hard because they're just so stupid. Like, they're supposed to be mysterious and stuff, but they look just so cringy. Why am I saying this?